Welcome to Center of Light. Keith Anthony Blanchard here. Spiritual teacher, best-selling author, and host of Center of Light Radio /TV. I hope you're feeling groovy tonight. It's good to see you on a Friday. So, lots of changes happening. Tonight we're going to go see Mama. Even if I talk about Daddy, it's really about Mama. Mama wears the pants in the family, no matter what you say. It's always some Mama. Daddy listens to Mama, children listen to Mama. So tonight is about the cosmic womb. Birth, center of light birth / rebirth. The cosmic womb. Sounds enticing for those who don't know the spiritual way of seeing creation. Cosmic womb, sounds good. Good. Hello, Carolyn. Hello, Robert. Hello, Nori Love. Love, Nori Love. Robert here. He said, I got him twice. Ashki. Hi. Lynn. Sue. Sherry on YouTube. All right, we're going to get down with some center of light. Cosmic womb. It's about the mother. It's about you mother or father. It's still about you, but it's your relationship to the cosmic womb. Wow, my little kitty bit me on the face the other day. Play bite. She's a kitty. She wanted some daddy. I guess I gave her a large piece of it. So, have you ever considered your human birth? You came here through your mother's womb. How was that any different than the solar womb, galactic womb, cosmic womb? As above, so below, on forever it will go. You came through a birth canal. For men, we're trying to get back in that canal. Well, we all should be trying to get back in that canal. It is through this canal of which everything is birthed. But have you ever considered that the way back home, I'll get it during the break. The way back home is through the same canal. Back into the mama. You came through the mama, and you're going to go back through the mama to get to the gate. Center of light birth, rebirth, the cosmic womb. Hello, everyone. Good to see you. Please share my work, your play, our play together, playtime together in the cosmic sandbox. I moved some things around. I want to say thank you to Linda for helping me. I'm not going to get into the drama of what's going on in this apartment, but I had to rearrange some things. So I got it nice and fresh and clean and all this cool stuff. Have you considered the way back home is through your mama, the cosmic womb? There's only one way. There's only one highway. Lynn says, great topic. I counseled a mother today in my practice, and she was such a pushover. Her children were all over and did not respect her at all. What happens with those moms and kids? It was so difficult. Yeah. And I know you understand difficult as to why you use that word, because it's difficult for you. It's difficult for me as to understand what you were conveying to me and the rest of the room. It can get difficult. Not only earthly mother, but moving into the spiritual mother. We're all still brats. We're divine cosmic brats. And we want what we want. But the only way back to the Father, the seed planter, the creator, the Father is creator, the Mother is creation. That just came into me like a bolt of lightning. The Father creator, Mother creation. She has her role in it, in the creation part of it, and vice versa. That's called the divine dance. The sexual play, the sensual play, the intimacy, the beginning of the divine romance between you and your cosmic parent. Sounds like incest, doesn't it? It's exactly what it is. God is turning within itself over and over and over and over and over cosmically to the level of the nth. And it ain't jacking around. I'm handling two screens, so excuse me. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Center of Light. Sherry is still with us in YouTube land. Good. So tonight we're going to be speaking about how to get back to mama. how to lay in her cosmic bosom and suckle on her divine teat and get the milk of life. Oh my God! The milk of life, the nectar, the ambrosia, the amaranth, the grace, the blessing. Check this out. This just came to me. I didn't realize the screen I created. Notice what I have, of what I always say. We want to become this. We want to become one with the cosmic womb, our mother, open and clear. Look at this banner tonight. I've done this without any conscious intention. Look at me. How gorgeous is that? Hello, Suzanne. Homecoming, Crossing the Bridge to the Soul. New book released July 31st. It's doing really, 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 really well for pre-sales. Let me see if I can find it. I don't know if I have it. I'm not going to attempt it. No worries. Go to Amazon. Look at Keith Anthony Blanchard. Homecoming, Crossing the Bridge to the Soul. Scroll down and you will see the ranking in the entire Amazon. Millions upon millions upon billions. Probably a billion or plus. We can ask Google how many books on Amazon. Point is, I am taking the time to congratulate myself. Homecoming, Crossing the Bridge to the Soul got to 330-something thousand out of millions. Ranked number 13 in the genre of ancient and controversial knowledge. Go to amzn.to. In fact, I'm going to make it real easy for you. I know you got to spare 20 bucks. I have no doubt. As much as I output, $20 to the cause. Why? Because. Hello, Linda. Linda, I just gave you a big shout out for the work you did here today due to the situation. God bless you, dear. I love this blue shirt. Made me look good. All right, y'all, welcome to Center Light. Tonight we are speaking about, by the way, I did post that link there. Pre-order, share that link. Be a part of this expansion. I am here to win it. And I'm going to skin it. I'm going to skin that cat. I want to be with my divine mom again, consciously. I'm integrating that. I love showing people the way, a way. There's only one path. There are many paths to the path. There is only one path, no matter what anyone tells you. No matter what anyone tells you, there is only one path. But there are many paths to the supermarket. There's only one supermarket, but there are many paths to it. You can go down Madison, you can go down Poplar, you can go down Peabody or Union Avenue. Doesn't matter how you go there. You're going to eventually arrive to your destination. And that is being cradled in the cosmic bosom. And after the intimacy gets going, it goes to the cosmic womb. And seeds are planted from father. And mother becomes impregnated. And all of a sudden the birth of you happens after gazillions of years of intention, unfolding, enfolding within itself. And ever tolding a story, if you will. And you find yourself here now. And I'm reminding you of something that you may have long forgotten. But you see, what most people don't understand, I understand being human. I love being human. I play human all the time. And I'm really good at playing human, trust me. They think these are just fanciful, idle words. They sound like that. This is so imbued with divine power and light that was birthed through the cosmic womb. I've been playing with the cosmic womb for many, many years. And I know how to excite the mama. How to create an effect. So when I do these presentations, I love empowering you. Hello, Lindsay. Hello, Sana. Carolyn, you sweet. She says the blue shirt matches your eyes. Thank you. So what is the cosmic womb? Oh, I'm going to give you that cookie just yet. We're going to hang out for a while. So tonight is Center of Light, Birth, Rebirth. The cosmic womb. You're in the cosmic womb right now. It's not like you went through the birth canal and you've slipped, quote, out, because you're still in. You could, if you weren't, you couldn't exist. So the cosmic sea, the cosmic whirlpool, the cosmic womb is forever turning, churning, burning, and yearning for your benefit. When you look out and about and see what's happening in the world, it's happening for you and for you alone. It's true that it's happening for everyone, but the truth is it's happening to you because you're the only one that can have your experience. So that's the truth. It's true, it's happening to everyone, but there's a greater degree. You. It's not that you're better than anybody else, but the dynamic and the importance of what it is, and to you, it's happening to you. All of this knuckleheaded nonsense that we would see outside here, it's happening strictly for you, for your expansion, for your awakening, for your erection, ya, heart, God, will, power, na, clear mind, every second, every minute, every hour, and an erect va, willing to do whatever it takes to go back through the same birth canal that birthed us here on this earth. There's only one highway. What does the motion of intimacy look like? You think this is all coincidence and I'm just finding idle words to play with? Play with? Play my game with me, please. It's this motion. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Always reaching to the Father, always moving through the Mother. To and fro, hither and thither. Back and forth. Are you aware of the tube, fallopian tube? Are you aware of the tube? The light at the end of the tunnel when you die, yet or reborn back into the spirit. What is that light at the end of the tunnel? Doesn't it look like a tunnel, a womb? And the light when the child comes. Did you know that when when an egg is what's the word I'm looking for? Somebody help me. When the child is conceived, in that moment there's an actual burst of light. Look it up. It's science fact. When a child is conceived, the moment of conception, there's actually a burst of light that happens. The light that the child's going to experience at the end of the cosmic womb tunnel. Hopefully not, but a smack on the hiney so the child can begin to cry. Cry. Coming to the earth crying already. That really needs to be looked at, in my opinion. One, why would you ever hit your child? Two, why would you hit a child immediately after it comes out of the cosmic womb, your mother's womb? It's the first impression a child gets is, oh my God, this world is dangerous. I don't want any part of it. Can I please go back? And Spirit says, you already signed your ticket. Your first memory, conscious or unconscious, will lead, at least in this light, will lead you back if you were smacked on your hiney cake. What a first impression. Well, Keith, that's medical science and they're trying to get the child to breathe. That should be a last resort. Shouldn't it? There are many ways to get a child to breathe. So the highway is one. Highway 1. In fact, in Hawaii, they only have their main interstate system is Highway 1. So as we come here, we go back. As we come here, we go back. Here's the key. I'm going to throw you a little spiritual biscuit. Everybody likes biscuits, right? Or scones. Hello, Linda. So let's put some butter on that biscuit or scone. Same way you came here, you go back. Right now, you are still in it. So when you become hyper aware and see that you're already in it, there's really no place to go. There is no way here, and there really is no way back. That's the point. I led all the way up to this moment to use the linear version. From there to here, from here to there, from there to here, from here to there. Is to get the wheels going. To lubricate you, so to speak. But you're not going anywhere. I'm trying to get to there. The there you're trying to get to is actually right here. So you're really not trying to go anywhere. You're not going to go to Father, and you're not going to go through Mother. Even though I said all that is true, it was to set up the dynamic of how we learn, initiate, integrate, and graduate into the Spirit. So the more we graduate consciously and move expanded wise through our consciousness back through, I'm saying these words on purpose, it's a play on words, because the magic lies way beyond the words. So it's okay that there's a play on words and a contradiction, because it ain't the contradiction. You understand what the word contradiction is? The word contradiction in and of itself is an idea that says this and this exists, but somehow they cancel each other out. And once they cancel each other out, what's left is the observer, God, that says, I am that which is beyond the contradiction. So the way back to Father is through the Mother. But there is really nowhere you're going. You haven't left. You never have left. You can't leave. You can't leave Father. You leave Father, you have a troubled family. In fact, you won't have a family at all. You can't leave Father. So you're still there. Do you think that you actually came out of your mother and you this physical meat suit, this bag of bones and flesh, walking around bipedal on this planet? That is true. You are. But that's not the truth. That's not what you aren't. That's what you aren't. So the deal is, you are sitting at the throne at your absolute essence with God. The right hand of God with Jesus. That's where you are. There's no other place you can be, or you couldn't exist. So we're connected to the generator, the source of all creation, without which it would be arrogant to think that I could survive, something could survive without being connected to the absolute pure source of all that is, omnipresence. It's impossible. So we're already there. And we're here. At least what we think we are is here. And so when we begin to marry the Father's intention, your intention as you're seated in the same court of the highest order with the Father, this begins to lift by your intention and your will. The same time the Father begins to descend to meet you halfway. Descension, earth plane. They intersect here. Jesus Christ, the cross. And look where the cross intersects. Right there. That is the cosmic womb. That's the cosmic womb. Many people are afraid to dive into their emotions. For them, it's the cosmic doom and gloom. But this is the womb, the loom, the fashioning of things, and the blooming of your garden. Are you tending to your garden, my spiritual cosmic bro or sis? Hello, John Wright, James Church, Janice McDonald, Ben Pavar, Katie Howard. Carolyn says the God code lives in us. Exactly. It's a simple key. You just have, it's like an Easter egg in a video game. You just have to want to find the key, so much like a video nerd would do. He's looking for that key, and he's cracking open Easter eggs, or he's looking for the Easter egg. Easter? Egg? Easter egg? The cosmic womb is the shape of the earth, but it's an egg. So these video nerds and geeks, they're looking for the Easter egg that opens up the doors. Likewise, when we want that egg so badly, so lovingly, so goodly, when you find it because of your intention of always being in the game, consciously, Ah, you have a superpower now. And you put it on your belt. Do it again. This is it. This is the trick. There is no other trick. All spiritual masters are using this trick. Said differently, disguised in a this or that. So you never left home. You are here, but actually you're really not. And you're not really there either. Though you're absolutely there, the you that you know as you is actually here. So it's a shake hands deal twice across the board, in and out, up, down, all around. You're always standing on holy ground. Always. ALWAYS, always. ALL space WAYS, always. You're always on holy ground. Because you are the embodiment of all that is. As above, so below. So your cosmic mother. Well, Keith, this is something you talk about this often, just said differently. Exactly. It's another key. It's another way to unlock the very door, the God gate, if you will, to discover the God code. And the code is simply just, can you possibly, when Jesus was at the wedding, Master, we are out of wine. He said, I'm going to have fun with it. I'm going to play with scripture. And Jesus said, no, sir. We ain't out of no wine. Go check again. And there was wine. Do you think he had to think about it? Let me see if I can muster up some spiritual oomph, get myself really clear, really quick, and create some wine for these people. Because my best friend just got married, dog. Or do you think simply in the presence and the pure Christ at heart that he is, just said, my Father, I love my friends. It's Friday night. We're having some fun. And if you sincerely love me, tell me what I need to do to give my friends some drink. And God says, just love me. Cheers. Take a short pause. We're going to get into the thick. I'm going to give you the skinny on the thick of it. Tonight is center of light, birth, rebirth. The cosmic womb. What is it? What does it look like? How do I get to it?
I will be with you always, until the end of time. You will never be alone. I am.
Days, I feel you there beside me. All of my life, all through my days, I've seen places far away. Wondering just when, time and again, I have come to know you. Wondering just when, time and again,
is my will that you know me. I will not hide my love from you. You create your reality, and every moment by your own perceptions, your judgments, actions. Peace is a state of mind. Bliss is a state of heart. Heaven is a state of being.
Deep in my heart, I know you're there. I can always feel you guiding my life to see the light that will lead me to the truth. When I create, when I feel love, whenever I feel you with me, I celebrate times of my life. There is only you and me. For you are my mother,
My soul.
my divine lover. I celebrate times of my life. There is only you and me. Help me live.
Welcome back to Center of Light. My name is Keith Anthony Blanchard, spiritual teacher, best-selling author, and host of Center of Light. Good to see you on a Friday night. All my Yanavites tribe. The last commercial you saw is my new book release, Homecoming, Crossing the Bridge to the Soul. July 31st. It's doing very well in the market right now. These are pre-orders, which is a combination, it's a 2-volume set of my bestseller, The Divine Principle, Anchoring Heaven on Earth. That's what we're all doing. We're doing everything we can to become the living word, the living prophecy of anchoring heaven on earth. Right? The reflection, as above, so below. We are that reflection. Combination with a book about my journey to India to see a holy man, for the love of God, a spiritual journey. The cover is very simple. It's a red rose laid at the lotus feet of the mother. Pre-order now. amzn.to. Homecoming, crossing the bridge to the soul. Keith Anthony Blanchard. Good to see you. The music you heard a minute ago was my spiritual band, Lavender Soul, comprised of members of the Memphis Symphony Orchestra. You're welcome, Lindsay. You're absolutely welcome. I want to acknowledge a couple of things that people have said in this room. One is Carolyn Renando. I love it. Carolyn is really a lumen, man. I met her once, kissed her face, love it. When one person recognizes God, the angels will sing. That's juicy. Angels in heaven already signed my name. I love it. I love that. Now I'm going to have some fun. I don't have to worry anymore. Hello, Catherine Sudo. Lindsay says, I know this. Love it. Janice McDonald, hello. She says, nice to see you, Keith. You're looking well. Thank you, dear. Enjoyed. Thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome, Lindsay. All right. Let's move forth. I'm going to read for you some excerpts from Homecoming Crossing the Bridge to the Soul, July 31st, 2020. Get on board, get on board, get on board. I'm always here. It's going to be a fun ride. We need it. We need to be present of the cosmic womb. Because the cosmic womb that births everything is birthing a lot of things. And it's going to require you to be conscious. We have no idea of what's coming. Sounds like doom and gloom. Okay, you understand doom and gloom, and I got your attention. There is some serious doom and gloom coming. But it's really about how you loom, fashion, weave, crochet, knit, sew, you will reap your life. To become the conscious one, the one that is solid. And there's some beautiful stuff coming. The crazier ugly it gets, the more lovingly beautiful it gets. Remember that. Excerpts from Homecoming, Crossing the Bridge to the Soul. My conversation with God. When you are inspired, each person you pass the torch of wisdom to becomes a part of your spiritual favor, because that fire initially came through you. Every time your torch, someone just said the angels sing and so forth, every time your torch gets passed by others to others, you expand even further, and your light, which was shining in one person, now engulfs everything. In this unity of consciousness, we are all divine. I am God, for there is nothing I am not. How could you have forgot? You can either resist this or persist this. But I, dear one, insist this. For you to get to the bliss, don't miss this window of opportunity. The light is only as bright as the window through which it shines. Yanava, Yanava, is a language that is spoken when can only be heard by those who choose to listen. Though this sounds like it has nothing to do with mother. On another level, it is not only has to do with mother, it is mother, because she's calling you home, calling you through. Spirit says the idea, this is one topic or excerpt from Homecoming I have never read. The idea of releasing control, not allowing yourself to be vacuumed or sucked back through the mother. The idea of releasing control will remain an intimidating one as long as you believe that you will experience fear, pain, and conflict when you try. But you must learn that letting go is the prerequisite to inviting the peace you truly desire and deserve into your life. Throw a small stone into a still pond and notice how the ripples it creates the moment it hits the water surface always spread to the outside edge of the pond and then return to the center from whence they originated. The pond's water represents the universal mind. The stone is your desire. All intentions, clear or not, that you have ever tossed into the cosmic sea, cosmic womb, will come back to you in the same way those ripples do. If you are clear of mind, when you throw that first stone, your intent, you know that there is no need for a second one. You know that every pebble of doubt thereafter would only negate the manifesting power of your first toss. For whatever reason, dear ones, you still do not trust your pitching arm. So you keep on tossing, and tossing to get what you desire. All those ripples look like tidal waves to me, Keith. Like you are wanting too much. My hope is that one day you will realize that one small stone of intent is all it takes to manifest your life. And I say, I'm a rock slinger for sure. This I know. Thus the analogy for you and all to think about. Do you remember the last chapter wherein I shared with you that the very thing you are afraid of, you create by the fears you exhibit at any given moment? There's no way back through the mother. And I say, yes, I do remember that. Spirit continues. Well, control falls into this category. So, even though I know you are now easing up on your need to control whenever you can, I suggest you look closer. I suggest you look closer to all that you hold dear. This world out here is dead. 1996. I suggest that you look closer, honestly, basically, to all that you hold dear. The things and concepts that you are clinging to are just your smaller self, the ego, seeking what it thinks it needs for happiness. Perhaps you still think your joy rests with others, or all your relationships the way you wish them to be. And I say, sometimes they are, sometimes they aren't. When they are not, you must dive even deeper. There is no need to give your power away or burden to anyone else by putting your fears and blame on their shoulders. Just share your feelings. That is enough. Hello, Christy. And I say, ask, or say, sometimes they are, they say that, Spirit says, just share your feelings, that is enough. And I say, but I get so darn frustrated. Yes, I know. I've seen you rise to the boiling point many times. Let me ask you a question, Keith. How do you feel from the beginning to the end of your anger? This was 1996. I'm not that guy anymore. I say, like I must try to take control of the situation and make it go away, versus I'm changing dialogue here. I tried to grab on and take control, versus simply open up my hand and let a new seed, backed by the light and the daylight and that which is beautiful, simply be born. I've played this game for many years. Continuing on. Like I must take control of the situation, versus I want to close off my breath and I want to clench my fist, versus like I must take control of the situation and make it go away. But most of the time, I try my best not to act on what I'm feeling. So I just sit there with it. Spirit says, and how is that working for you? And I say, evidently not so hot, because I still run into the same situation a lot. Spirit continues, do you not see how every time this happens, Keith, it means that you are mired in one of your own illusions, and how every one of those illusions is also an opportunity to move consciously through the tunnel of the cosmic womb? And I say, yes, I do. But how do I move out of the... This is what I would call an honest question if anyone was to ask God this question. How do I know it's honest? Because it's something that is just so simple in its nature. And there's no way, if you ask this question with your heart, that you will not get an answer, more likely immediately than not. And I asked Spirit the question. Basically, Spirit says, Keith, do you understand that in your illusions, there's also an opportunity? I say, yes, I do. But how do I move out of this, the illusion, and deeper into the opportunity? And Spirit says, you already know the answer, Keith. You do that by doing what? And I say, by letting go of it? And Spirit says, ah, yes, grasshopper. So I suggest the next time you feel that overwhelming need to control, attempt to control yourself instead. And I say, letting go through control, that sounds contradictory. And Spirit says, yes, but it works. And I say, I just feel so weird whenever I try. You may feel panicky at first, but not for long, I assure you, because once you get used to this inverted dynamic, you will begin to notice your resistance disappearing. Beloved Keith, I'll also assure you that the more you practice controlling your need for control, the more proficient you will become at it. And the more you practice, the more you will see how much more you are able to get through losing control than what you were trying to get through control. And the benefits will be so much more to your liking. July 31st, 2020. Homecoming, Crossing the Bridge to the Soul. You can pre-order this book now, amzn.to. Keith Anthony Blanchard, Homecoming, Crossing the Bridge to the Soul. Hello, Dagny. Hello, Tiffany. Robert said he saw me on an energetic level shift. I want to explain that. I did say last month and a half ago that I knew Spirit was beginning to expand me, sit into me. How do I know that? It's not a bragging point. I want to share vulnerably, honestly my life with you. And when I get packets of light, as I would equally invite you to share with me when you get yours, because we're all in this together, that I'm going to start morphing. This is not, oh my God, some super hyper phenomena. That's not what this is. What it is about is that if anyone, as Robert, sees this, not because of me, because it's actually because of you. You're the one seeing it. So it's not Keith that's changing, it's you're changing to see what may be happening to Keith that Keith has no idea is even happening. Congratulations to you. So I very much know the arena of Spirit that I'm blessed to be a part of by the office of the Christ. God bless all of us. So what is the cosmic womb? We all want to be birthed back to the Father. In order to be birthed back to the Father, many people take the way out, rather, the way in through dropping the corporeal body, the corporeal self. You will definitely be birthed back into God, or at least a higher aspect of what you know as yourself, as you intently move towards the Father. But we do, in that regard, you're doing it through your death. So in death, we become reborn back to the same cosmic womb that brought us here. But you don't have to die. In fact, if you want to go back to Father on the earth, you don't die. You live. To go back to God, the Father, through cosmic mother womb, you don't die. If you want to be on the earth, you live. And if you don't live to go back to through the cosmic womb to Father, then you die to do it. And many people are truly dying to do it. And many people are dying to live fully. How I like that for a paradox. What are you choosing? No one gets out of here alive. No one. But you can get in here where life is forever. Do you take on that endeavor for yourself daily? I am so passionate about this and so much what I do. There's no way I can turn this machine off, not even for a moment. Well, Keith, good for you. Goddamn right, good for me. So what I'm asking, offering, handing a seed. Every time I do a presentation, I'm handing packets of seeds. But all it takes is one. Because within one seed is the potential of infinite forest. Do you want it? How do I do it? I'll tell you exactly how you do it. You want what you call God, Jesus, Buddha, Krishna, something beautiful, whatever, however you want to paint that picture. There are many paths to the path, but there is only one path. And when you get on the final track of all the tributaries and all the arteries and all the branches of how many train tracks always go to Highway 1 or to the number one track that takes you to New York Central or whatever your destination plan is, you have to want it so much that after, they say 21 days to create a new habit. All right, let's buy into that. All right, I got 21 days to put sticky notes everywhere so I can stay in the groove of thinking about it. Good for you. That's intention. It's not the sticky notes, it's your intention. It's your sticky intention. But after the 21 days, it may become habit, default. Now, listen to me very carefully. You will not find this kind of power just anywhere. Once it becomes a habit to where you're always thinking about God now, you're no longer just thinking about God now. It's part of your ongoing process. You're not thinking of, oh, I'm thinking about God now. Oh, I'm thinking about ascension and God right now. Oh, I've got to remind myself. You're in this process of not thinking about it at all. Because every step you take, every word you speak, everything you see, everything you feel, you're always moving in that current. So now, what you do is turn up the wanting. You already want it. It's already default. Now you turn up how much you want it. Make that default. 21 days, or however long it takes for the individual. And when you find yourself at the end of the cycle, find yourself deeper penetrated into the cosmic womb of your divine mother, you get closer to the divine father. This is the endless cycle. The journey. I'm here. I like that biscuit. I want some more. I want some butter on my biscuit. And I've met my goal. Is there something else? And if you think there's something else, God has already thought of that something else. Then there must be something else. And you begin to process and turn to where there's a cyclical nature beyond your own even control and or will. And God itself begins to explode packets of ever-loving grace and light inside of you to where you cannot contain it and you have to share it with someone, or you will disporphyriate yourself and you will actually explode. It's called spontaneous human combustion. Are you willing to be a spontaneous human combustion component? That's called Big Bang. God turned within himself so emphatically, so intensely, so fervently, beyond levels we can't even begin to understand until we get out of this monkey, to where something was exploded. It wasn't an effort. It was like, well, let me think. God just said, how's your mama now? And everything else followed sequence. And it may have taken thousands or millions of years or billions of years. It doesn't work that way. Through the cosmic gate, through the cosmic womb, and the seat of the divine house, the house of many mansions. Many mansions. We think many mansions. You think it's a penthouse in New York, and it's about 100 units. No, it's infinite. The house of many mansions. It's infinite. It's all creation already exists, and it's Father as the creator and Mother as the creation. That is your birthright. To recognize that you have never left the garden gate. You have never left the garden, the cosmic sandbox. And that the highway, listen to me very carefully. You don't sit here for a while, and then you birth here, and you play out here for a while, and then you birth back there. You can come and go as you choose. That's it. That's the magic. This is true, the truth, and this is the truth. But there's always a greater component. There's always something else. It's not a this and it's not a that. It's always the third. That's the Holy Spirit. Father, Son, Holy Spirit. The completion of a cycle, the regeneration of a new product, the birth, the rebirth of the Christ, of the child, through the same cosmic womb back and forth. So heaven on earth prophecy. Heaven on earth. So if I'm heaven on earth and my Lord Jesus and others have shown me the way, I don't leave heaven to be on earth. I am heaven on earth. So there's no disconnect. They're the same pocket. They're the same coin. two facets of the same beautiful self. And you, as the observer, become the embodiment. Dear Lord, you are the embodiment of the Holy Spirit. The third component that always rectifies the world of duality. The this, the that. The this, the that. The right, the wrong. The in, the out. The left, the right, the hot, the cold, the up, the down. That's called human. And it's beautiful to recognize contrast. Contrast is great. We like contrast. We want to be peaceful human beings. We want to be easy. We like having fun. We like being blissful. But then I'm asking you a question. Keith, all those are true. I like being peaceful. I like being happy. I get it. Me too. I turn you loose in an amusement park. Are you going to go ride the Ferris wheel? Or are you going to ride the roller coaster? Whether you're a roller coaster junkie or not is irrelevant. The point is made. People like drama. People like up and down. So the choice is simply for those who want to go in, not up or down. And in the in is the up and down. The same motion as sexual contact. In, out, in, out, in, out, up, down, up, down, up, down. It's the same thing. Well, Keith, if you feel uncomfortable, you still have a lot of work to do. As above, so below, on forever it will go. If you are ashamed of your sexual nature, your sexual body, your sexual thoughts, your sexual this, that, you have lots of work to do. There's no judgment on you from me. You're the one judging yourself. No one else has to help. You're perfect at it already. Cosmic womb. It's the same. As above, so below. It's all the same. And until we get out of our guilt, all the nonsense surrounding our primordial, where Father plants a seed into the cosmic mother womb self, if you can't right yourself and be innocent in that, how do any of us ever expect to understand the cosmic innocence of penetration? The Father penetrating creation, blowing his seed out into the thing, man, and be creating this rebirth, which is you. And then you become born every day. You think you're the same individual every time you lay your head down at night when you wake up in the morning? I'm sorry to tell you, that person is already dead. Doesn't exist. It simply doesn't exist. You go back into the cosmic garden for 8 hours, however long you sleep. You wake up and then you reap what you have sown the day before. So forth, so on, so forth, so on, so forth, so on. Hi, Wendy, Carolyn, Renando, Michelle, Eva, Tiffany Bramble. Carolyn says reborn or regeneration. Robert says the phoenix regenerates. Robert says reborn is a transformation. Yeah, that's the rebirth. Yeah. Both of you are talking the same language. Hello, Ms. Griffa. She says, hello, brother. Hello. Alicia Rose. Carolyn says, in regeneration, the flesh is not transformed. The spiritual man, the watchman, me. So tonight we are speaking about center of light birth, rebirth, however you choose to see it. But you were never born, nor will you ever, never die. Though that would be the truth, we are only aware of the dimension we are cognizant. And there's a lots of gray area depending on the lack of, or said, gray matter. What really matters is that when you understand that you're not going to die, you will lose your physical identity. Yes. Well, Keith, I already know that I'm Mr. and Mrs. Spiritual. I know I'm not ever going to die. I'm going to live forever. I'm talking about truly integrating this principle to where not just you know it in the form of information or knowledge, that you've integrated this principle. When I say principle, I don't mean an idea. Principle is not an idea. An idea is, let me think about this for a little while. Principle is its principle. It is the principle of that adheres all things and binds all things to the truth. And what, quote, ironically, paradoxically, binds as in slave, that which binds everything together is the same thing that makes everything free. It's the law. It's the truth. It's the offspring of you that does not live in the father principle, or rather has never left. You're not really passing through the cosmic mother. You're here now. It's all the same opening. But when people try too hard to get back to God by suckling on the divine teat as they lay in the divine bosom, I'm trying, I want to get back. You're never going to get there because you're actually living your life in trying. The universal language is not English. It's vibration. It's intention. So as long as you're trying, God says, I love you so much, I'll give you a heaping helping of trying. Here, have all the trying you want. Is that trying on you? So what you do to get back to Father through Mother is realize that the mother and the father and mother is simply just placing yourself in the gate. You're not trying to go in the gate to get to a somewhere. Oh, I get it, Keith. Let me get into the gate so I can get to Father. You've already missed it. The door is shut. You simply just dwell and reside there because the highway goes both ways. And then when you realize that the highway goes both ways and you experience that, then you realize the highway actually doesn't go both ways. It doesn't go that way at all. In fact, the only way it goes is right there. That's the seat of the Spirit. Do you hear it? Or you're able to clear it, all the nonsense in the head. You're not trying to do something. You are trying, you're trying to figure, not out, but rather an in. I'm trying to figure in who I am. And I get that this is the human part of me. So explore that human self of yours. Be bad. Break the rules. Don't be stupid. Love yourself. Love your sexuality. Touch yourself. Touch your soul. Be with yourself. Be okay with yourself. Play with yourself on all levels. If you're scared and you're in fear, and you feel bad and dirty, you have work to do. Hello, my sister Kathy Boudreaux Rogie. Joe, good to see you, bro. So if you have any hang-ups about any part of your humanhood, your private parts, your private mind, your private heart, your private time, if you have any shame, game, or blame about yourself, you will never get close to touching the garment of your Lord. You won't. You won't. Do you think the garment of our Lord, be it Swamiji, be it Jesus, be it Buddha, being something beautiful that you just cherish and revere as if it was a manifestation of God itself, do you think you can actually touch the skirt of that garment, tainted and impure? Can't do it. If we could do it, the entire universe would collapse. Because we would poison it. We would infect it with the Rona. Our own knuckleheaded nonsense Rona. There's a fail-safe law in place. You can never be in purity impurely. It's impossible. There's only one path. There's many paths to the one path. Many, many paths to the one path. It's only one path. And it's right there. It's the Sacred Heart. It's the sacred you. Can you look in the mirror and disrobe yourself? Disflesh yourself. Peel yourself open on all layers of the onion. And see yourself as perfect and beautiful. When you see yourself, even in your 50-plus-year-old naked self, and gravity has taken effect, when you see yourself as purely as God does, then purely as God does, you will see yourself. There is no other way home. If so, explain it to me. I'll wait. If you have any shame about you, you're not seeing yourself the way your Maker sees you. Therefore, you will not be granted vision. Do you think you're forgiven in all that you do? If you truly believe that, then you need to live the mindset, the heart set of being forgiven of all that you are not only done or doing now and or capable of doing. Ultimate, absolute forgiveness means you are forgiven. And till you see yourself as sinless. Sinful you will be. You will be full of sin of your own self-inducement. And you will never be allowed access back to the cosmic womb consciously to your divine Father. It's impossible. No matter the path you walk, or said differently, the path you walk sounds beautiful, or the path you tread sounds horribly. It's all the same path. It's about how you feel about you and how you feel about your Maker. Because no matter how you see the world and yourself, there is no escape from this divine love nugget I'm going to sling you. How you see yourself and the world is how you think God sees you. From this, there is no escape, ever. How you see yourself, how you feel about yourself, and see the world and feel about the world in all of your erroneous judgments is how you think the divine Father, through the divine Mother, the cosmic womb, is going to treat you. There is no escape. Try it. If you ever figure a way out of this conundrum, send me a message, because I want to know what you know. You will never get there. If you believe in judging other people, you believe that God itself will judge you when you conduct yourself in the same manner. There is no other way. If you believe in poverty, then you believe God does not provide. There is no other way. If you believe that people should be punished, then you believe in a punishing God. There is no other way. There is no other way. There is no other way. It's simply laid out. It's the divine law, which is omnipresent everywhere. I unconditionally love everything. So in order for us to truly unite with our divine parent, which we claim we do every time we go to church on Sunday from 9 to 11, do we really? Because if you really want to unite with your Holy Father, Mother, how do you become an adult if you don't act like an adult? If God is your divine parent and we are children of God, how do we ever move into divine godhood until we begin to act like our divine parent? So we have to see ourselves the same way our divine parent sees us, which is gracefully, lovingly, love beyond measure. There is nothing else. That is the gate, is living this principle. Not only just living it as a modality. You are the living truth. You're the living word. It's etched on your heart. And as Carolyn Rinaldo said, every time someone recognizes God, angels sing. Sounds kind of Christian, Judeo, and it's beautiful. Okay, I'll take it. The cosmic womb. You came here from the seed planted from the divine Father. Through the cosmic womb of creation. God is the creator. The Father is the creator. Mother is the expression of creation via the seed that was planted by the Father. It happens on the earth. People get married, they have children. Father plants seed in mother. As above, so below, on forever it will go. There's no difference. You can fight these wisdom nuggets, these truths, all you want. But when you do finally realize and go back home, you go, I just pissed away all this time, which it's okay to be human, but when I was sincerely trying to get back through to my divinity. It's easy. It's never been hard. Never. It's never about anybody else but you. Well, Keith, it's about my deity. Awesome. Then now I challenge you to fall inside of your deity, Jesus, Buddha, Krishna, your great-grandma, whatever that means, that which is most powerful to you, whatever it is, fall inside of it so much that you lose yourself in it. In fact, you don't even know who you are anymore. That so much so it begins to consume you and ooze its way out of your being. Then you will die. And then you will be reborn through the cosmic womb, back to the Father. It's not hard. It's never been. So the long and or short of it is, how do I get back to the Father through the Mother? The universe is always having sexual, sensual, inner course. There's only one course, and it's inwardly. There's always these things coming together. Look in Washington, D.C. All you see in Washington, D.C. is all these phallic symbols. The Capitol, the Washington Monument. In fact, the Pentagon is the only one that looks like a vaginal cosmic womb. But on this earth plane, you can only have things that look like this and things that look like this. 1 or 0, things that stand tall and things that receive. Things that give, things that receive. Hello, duality. It's not hard. It's so easy. And when you begin to understand this language, that there's always this sensual, sexual, male, female, yin-yang balance, dance between the mother and father principle, you become the divine principle, the prophecy of heaven and earth. What is that worth to you? And all of its difficulty and all of its mirth. Are you willing to birth yourself? Keith, this sounds like beautiful, just cool sounding words. Good. You understand beautiful, cool sounding words. Ride that river back to your soul. So much so that you actually just default here now. I default here every day. It can never leave me. There's such grace, love, protection, comfort, support, warmth, praise. I know you felt that. I know you experienced it. Do you want more of it? Then stay in it. Turn up the fire. Turn up the gas. Live in it. Just be with it. I want this more than that. I just simply want this more than that. But the Rona's out there, or the protests and the violence is out there. Nothing against the Rona, nothing against the protests and the violence. Do you want that? Or do you want reassurance? This is still going to happen, but you have chosen reassurance to live in the gate, the cosmic womb, which is set right here for you. That's where you're set anyway. You're just not aware that that's where you're launching yourself from. Or are you? Hello, Paige. That belongs to you. That is you. You see, most people say the light lives in you and it's in your heart. That's horseshit. The light is not in you and it's in your heart. You are the light and you are the heart. Though it may seem like a passageway, a rite of passage, it is your right to play the human game so fairly you cannot cheat, that you actually allow yourself to pass through the God gate, the cosmic womb, linearly, until you reach the state of infinity and realize that you have never left. And once you do, I'll be right back, all of your troubles, dear Lord, will be forgotten. I'm starting to lose memory of a lot of the things in my... I can sit here and begin to squint and go, oh, I remember when this thing happened in my life. But why would I ever? I moved through the gate. I don't recall, not because I'm in denial. They truly simply no longer appeal to me. Some people will tell you, hey, man, let me tell you what happened to me when I was a young boy. Man, I was with these people. And so they will go right at it. And they will love it. They will stay there for hours. I'm done. I'm just simply done. I can tell you a story. Let me think of one. Well, I remember when I was a boy. I just don't want to tell that story anymore. It's not fun. It doesn't make me feel good. It doesn't make me feel alive. In fact, it kills me. It kills you. It's killing all of us. You don't believe me? Look around. Try to paint and describe the story that's happening all around you. How do you expect you can understand the story that's happening all around you when you have not found yourself? Talk about a tidal wave. Talk about a current. Stay current with yourself. You will never understand what's happening outside of you. Never. Because nothing is ever happening outside of you. Forever. It's you. How you respond, how you judge. Judgment is evil. If you're slinging the mud of evil at someone, you are the one choosing to paint such an experience of divine unfoldment designed only for you as evil. But I don't want to carry around my own self-induced nonsense, so I'm going to put that badge over there. You do not absolve yourself this way. There is no salvation. I don't like Fauci either. I don't like Bill Gates either. This is not blaming or singling these people out. These are icons and or models that are moving in the mainstream that many people would agree to. have ill agendas. But it's me. How I choose to respond to the situation is the only thing I own. That should be sacred ground for you. It's called consciousness, conscious awareness. What is most sacred to me, to keep me in the garden gate of my cosmic mother's womb, so I can be with the Father, that which I've never left, is to take full responsibility for how you see, how you feel, how you judge or hopefully non-judge, and or act responsibly when it's your turn to say something important that has the most influential bang. Ya, na, va, ya, heart, God. I'm engaged. I'm with it. I understand what it is. It's me at my essence. And I can feel that fire begin to bellow in my soul. Dear Lord, give me some more. I want to be engulfed. That's passion. I am doing everything I can to not engage in this nonsense because I want to be clear. Does it take you away from the compassion of the world? Because you're a compassionate being. And your compassion, to be compassionate to yourself, is actually what influences the world in the greatest possible way. It's okay to get angry, pissed off, but don't get mad. Pissed off means in this moment I'm pissed off and you're be getting mad. And I'm mad and I'm pouting. It goes nowhere. What now? You just going to sit there and pout? Or you're going to get mad, angry or pissed off with an intention to go, I'm going to vent this out. I'm going to punch a metaphorical pillow. And when I'm done, I'm done. I've exhausted all these energies. I'm done. Now what? Then you move to the next level, which is the va, the backbone, being erect. Erect, cosmic womb, move up. Erect your backbone to move in to the cosmic womb. Do the sensual dance with your divine lover. As above, so below. On forever it will go. The world is about to get very noisy in ways none of us can predict. Things you never thought of are coming. Is it doom and gloom? Okay, if that motivates you, it's doom and gloom. But through that is going to come a loom and bloom via the cosmic womb. It's really about you. It's about you. Everything is possible, and it's all coming. Beauty, and that which stinks of spiritual nastiness. Dark, demon, whatever you want to call it. It's all here. And it's saying, this is all perfectly designed for you and you alone. What do you do with that is your sacred ground. That is your covenant with the Creator that sent you here via your cosmic mother's womb.
I lift you up to your most high. Cherish the time when you walk by. I see you in my life for all time. I've touched your face 1,000 lifetimes. I know the way you talk in rhymes. The breath you take is part of mine. As you float before my eyes, you touch my hand, it makes me cry. Just to know you're there. Just to know you're there. So here we go again, lifeless ones with a friend. Another chance to let love in.
Welcome back to Center of Light, Homecoming, Crossing the Bridge to the Soul. July 31st, 2020 is the release date. I want to change this music. Give me 1 second. That's not the right one. I'm being silly. I like having fun. Where is it? Right there. There we go. 2020, July 31st. Crossing the Bridge to the Soul, Homecoming. Get on YouTube, amzn.to right now. Look up Keith Anthony Blanchard, Homecoming, Crossing the Bridge to the Soul. $18 and change. $18 and change. 30 years of my spiritual life compressed. And there's beautiful work. There's beautiful possibility, including myself. It's not just me as an author. I am an aspirant to this divine wisdom that lovingly, gracefully fell into my heart, into my life, into my consciousness. I am a student. 30 years, right here. Volume 1. I have Volume 2 ready. I'm not sure what I'm going to call it. I've still got. So, if you don't purchase my book, it's okay. I'm glad you're here. I do what I do simply because I love it. But what you can do, if you want to contribute to the expansion of our center of light, is simply share this work. Or share, hello Linda, back again. Or share this link. Just grab the link and share it. You don't have to explain it to anyone. You don't tell them what it is. Just drop it on you all. So, and even if other people buy it because of your post, that's one thing. And even if they don't, that's still another. Because these seeds of Father, through the cosmic womb, rebirth, begins to lay in everyone's consciousness. Oh, homecoming, crossing the bridge. It's not really about me. It's about them choosing to play with the idea that, oh, wow, this is a spiritual nature. Homecoming. Homecoming, that means I'm coming home. Seeds are being planted on levels that many people don't understand. Crossing the bridge to the soul. In fact, on levels people don't even think about. They're realizing their own life, their own mortality. Oh my God, I'm going to die after all this shit? What else do I have to worry about? It says, oh my God, I'm crossing the bridge to my soul. Implying that the soul is this permanent, absolute, infinite aspect of myself that I just simply have to get back to. And this place you're trying to get back to is absolutely nowhere. It's recognizing who you are in all of your faults. But it only becomes your, quote, fault when you choose to not see yourself lovingly and deliciously and beautifully as you simply are. Naked. You think your clothes hide you? Cosmic womb. Father planting seeds, sexual intercourse or intercourse. You think your clothes hide you from the nakedness that you are when you stand before God? You think you're going to stand before God when you die? If God is omnipresent, you're standing before it right now. Naked, in fact. No level of your clothing or your skin can ever guard itself from the eye of God. It can never happen. So if God sees me divinely, purely, even in my frailty, then maybe I need to see myself that way. Well, Keith, I understand that. That's not enough. Have you integrated that? Are you graduating truly into that experience? That I'm such a beautiful child of God in my innocence to be my crazy human self, that I am still loved beyond measure. Do you allow yourself to touch yourself on any level for any reason? Well, Keith, that sounds a little weird. I'm glad it sounds weird. You understand weird. And since you have a problem with it, God doesn't have a problem with you. So in order for any of us to see ourselves purely as God does, so we can be with God in the form of the seeing capacity, we have to be simply children innocently playing. It doesn't mean you have to do anything that's beyond you. That's not any of that. These are all metaphors, as above, so below, on forever it will go, to help one recognize their pure self. So what I invite you to do, to move back through the cosmic womb to rebirth yourself, is to be willing to play, to be willing to erect your va. Play in the cosmic womb. Erect, womb, erect, womb. You get it? If you have a problem with that, you're not there yet. These are all words that if you allow yourself the peace and the freedom and the intelligence to use such ideas that can seem somewhat whatever to somewhat, oh my God, this is powerful. This is a door. This is another aspect, another path to the cosmic womb. When you simply see that, you become literally free. Free, just free of all knuckleheaded nonsense. I just want to be free. Whatever that is, I want that. And you will never get there to get that until you stay here and get this. Because the there and the that we are all attributing, aspiring to, is simply here. And it's this. It's you. So the God the Father is not something you're trying to reach. It seems that way because we're humans moving down a linear timeline. But it's not a place you're trying to reach. You will have to strive and or reach for it until you find yourself in a place of no longer reaching. Then you become one of being. Then you become a true human being. I'm simply being. I'm being that God that I spoke about earlier. I initiated, I integrated, now I'm graduating into it. If I was to use a measurement stick, how it feels to be me, knowing where I came from and what I know to be the absolute truth by being around beautiful avatars like this. This book cover represents where I came from. Darkness, trouble, anger, breakup, despair, depression, all this stuff. And I started doing work, play, started enjoying myself, realizing that there's something beyond what I know. And every intention, I take every step. Every step, I graduate into greater intention. Only to find myself, this is a rope bridge. Have you ever walked on a rope bridge? It's always moving. Hello, Earth. Rope bridge, Earth. It's always moving. It's always shaking. But once you get 3/4 of the way and find your way here, I honestly believe, let me rephrase that. I try to cushion, hide my words, my apologies to myself. I actually know from soul to bones, this is where I am. I still have work to do, but I know in the way of my consciousness, that bridge is no longer shaky to me. I walk it confidently. July 31st, 2020. Homecoming, Crossing the Bridge to the Soul. amzn.to. Keith Anthony Blanchard. Look it up. It's there. Cosmic womb. There's nowhere to go. You don't really pass through the cosmic womb. You are a manifestation of the cosmic womb, so you have to be attached or a part of it. And the cosmic womb itself has to be a part of Father. So here comes the Trinity. Father, Mother, and you. And in this is the Trinity. You don't become the Trinity. The Trinity of it all is you because you are the divine child. It's your illumination and your awareness of yourself being that, which is the this, is where you will find your cosmic bliss. I'm going to go inside. Good to see you. Debbie. Hello, Debbie. What's up, Tona Maharaj? Wendy says, Keith, you need to have a workshop for willing souls to grow. I'd be there. I tell you what, Wendy, tomorrow, or at least the next day, I will announce a workshop. So thank you. Hello, Donna Owens. Beautiful Donna Owens. Everyone say hi to Donna. She's been here a time or two. But all you Yanavite tribe, say hello to this beautiful lady. So I'm going to go inside. My name is Keith Anthony Blanchard. Yanava. Yanava. God, heart, power, fire, will, not the mind. Hopefully, you're working on clearing your mind so that with a clear mind, the absolute fire of God that lives in you begins to burn purely. And surely, your life will change. Well, Keith, my life is good. Great. You want great? Then greatly get into it, and then it gets awesome. And then beyond awesome is nirvana. And beyond nirvana is ecstasy. And beyond ecstasy is bliss. Don't miss what I'm telling you. It's not about a that or a this. It's about this one. Me. It's me. Keith, that sounds selfish. Good. You understand selfishness. Even in your selflessness of trying to be so selfless. Why are you selfless? Because it makes you feel good. So it goes immediately back to selfishness. I'm doing this because it makes me feel good to be selfless. So when do you begin to own your true self? When you see yourself in this regard as simply being a human having fun, and when you absolutely know and integrate and graduate in this regard as the all of it, the drop in God's divine ocean, in God's omnipresence. When you find yourself present, you will no longer see yourself as the one being present, because what you know as yourself will die. It will still be you, but not what you always identified yourself with. This would be your life if you simply declare it. I'm going to go inside. I get the feeling something cray-cray is going to come through. I say cray-cray. Ooh. It's just a word to describe now that I got your attention. Let's see what happens. Immediately, it just moves right into me. Hello, beautifully sexy human souls. From the days of old, now you find yourselves in the days of what many of you who watch these presentations of being older. Do you feel that you're getting close to your mortality or that you are dying? We are telling you that you are living. For those who are giving, they're living. For those who are taking, they're mistaking. You actually move back through the cosmic moon to the Divine Father as you came here when you live consciously on the earth. But for those who do not follow this model, this truth, reality, principle, many people do it when they die. They go back to God when they die. They are reborn into the Spirit when they die. But for those who are living, are able to do it on the earth. There is no joke, mirth, or anything. It's about finding and accepting and believing that in and of itself is not enough. Initiating, integrating, and graduation into what you are worth. It's not just about believing an idea. An idea is a beautiful seed. But a beautiful seed can also cause a stillbirth. Can it not? One has to engage to seed and nurture and water the plant in the pot, so that one can be begotten to begot as the begotten son, brother, sister, as above, so below. On forever, you will go on forever. Dear Lord, do you understand that? You will go on forever. That's not a road you must endeavor, but yet there is a learning curve, because many of you often swerve beyond your lane between the cosmic womb highway. The same way you are birthed through the cosmic canal, you go back. Until you've done it so much, you realize that you have never left. Nor you're never right. You're never right, nor you're never left. You're right in the middle, and that's where you seat yourself as the human divine soul, the sacred heart of the Christ. How do you graduate into the Christ? Well, dear one, does it make any more sense than that you have to be exactly like it? What else can there be? If you want to eat vegetable soup, you have to make vegetable soup. But what about you've already missed it and the door has shut violently on you. The universal God gate is shut on you. But what about, Keith, I understand what you're saying, but you've missed it. The door has shut, the train has moved out of the station, and you have to live another 26,000+ years to come back into this cyclical nature of the Spirit to say, oh my God, I finally hear it. Or Now that the window is open, and that very window is open, that you effortlessly move through it by shutting up your mouth. Because it always brings you south when you are unconscious. Does it not? How can you not agree with that? And in your agreement of it, it makes you conscious again. And so therefore you have been reborn. Dear Lord, do you understand? A star is born. I'm on the deep end, far from the shallows now. Tell me something, girl. Tell me something, boy. You sit there, you seat yourself there, because the swing of the divine is always moving. God is often seen as an avatar, Jesus, Buddha, whatever your idea of that which embodies that which is most important and most beautiful, it's always sitting there swinging innocently like a child. Do you remember that feeling, dear one? Innocently as a child, with no shoes on, walking upon the earth, walking gently on the earth, innocently being on a swing with your dirty feet, laughing, being joyful, gleeful, blissful, swinging. And you would do it for hours. And you would have other people push you along, support you in your joy, in your glee, so that you could swing as long as you possibly can, even when your mother, your cosmic womb mother said, "Hey, John or Jill, it's time to come in. Come eat supper." So you go back into the Father, Mother, and you get your divine manna, your divine grace, so that you can rejuvenate yourself to be a full-fledged divine human being. Do you remember that? Do you simply remember that? This vessel does. Do you remember that? And if you do, why not post it in this forum? Dear Lord, I do! Exclamation point. Why would you not declare it? Own it. Come back to yourself, for you have never left. But the monkey has said differently. There is no place you have to go. So the cosmic womb is truly just being in it. The highway goes both ways. You came from here, as a way to describe it to you, to this place you call here. And you hope to go from here back to there. So there's nowhere else. You can only go from here to here or here to here. There are stages in between. What are you doing to yourself is the question that becomes loud and clear. Are you dirty or are you clean? In your heart, are you smart? Do you feel yourself simply separated and apart from that which is the beautiful quality and the essence of what you know as you? Do you see yourself that way? You mean, that's exactly what spirit means. There is nothing you have to do. You can still continue to do what you're doing, because there's nothing you have to do. Nothing you have to do does not only apply to those who are spiritual and there's nothing you have to do. But if you want to join the force, use the force, Luke, it's all around you. If you want to join that consciousness life stream, simply, if there's one arduous task, which is beyond difficulty, that you need to do, is just be happy. The game is over. The game is over. There is nothing else. If I brought you into a space deep within your soul, that you understand exactly what I said, and you fight that, that's your fault. Everything you said, Keith, this ain't about Keith. Everything that was vesseled warned me. I understood everything you said. Now I'm going to go back to my dogma, my theology. Why would you treat yourself so badly? You can use your theology as a way to stay in that cosmic womb, but don't cosmically wound yourself by going back into that which offends your soul. Wow. I understood. It took me to a beautiful song. It's like something was singing to me, and I understood it. Why would you ever take yourself down from that plateau? Why would you do that? That's a very powerful question. Without judgment, not because you're wrong, or not because you don't know anything, and you should be ashamed. Simply ask, the question should become, I did achieve that space, that place. What is inside of my head that says, I want to come back down here for a little while and be upset about what I just heard and experienced? That's your choice. Or you can exalt yourself and simply be in the womb of your divine mother and the divine bosom, suckling on the divine cosmic teat, getting your milk from the teat and the honey as you cross into the land of milk and honey. The River Jordan. It's real, has happened, but it's also metaphorical for your life. You are loved beyond measure. I will see you soon. Homecoming, Crossing the Bridge to the Soul. Keith Anthony Blanchard. amzn.to. Homecoming, Crossing the Bridge to the Soul. Support my work. Support my play. One day we will play again, cosmically, infinitely, innocently, into the divine sandbox. Take your shoes off when you come inside. You're going to track sand all over the house. I love you.